It's bigger than me. Taylor Townsend topples No.5 Andreeva in U.S. Open shock. Taylor Townsend capped a whirlwind 48 hours at the U.S. Open with one of the performances of her career, upsetting No.5 seed Mirra Andreeva 7-5, 6-2 under the lights on Arthur Ashe Stadium to reach the fourth round in New York for the first time since 2019 and equal her best performance at any major. The 29-year-old American, ranked outside the top 100 in singles but world #1 in doubles, steadied herself after a nervy start and turned the match around late in the opening set. From there she took control, rushing the net and riding the energy of a raucous crowd to win the last 6 games on the trot and close out a straight sets win. It was her third career scalp of a top 10 opponent, along with victories over Simona Halep here in 2019 and Jessica Pegula in Rome last year. Townsend, a former world #1 junior from Georgia who reinvented herself as a double star, has become one of the tournament's central figures since her second round win over Jelena Ostapenko, after which she revealed that the Latvian told her she had no class and no education. The comments, which Ostapenko justified as a reaction to Townsend not apologizing for a shot that clipped the net cord, prompted accusations of racism. I also want to say thank you to everyone who supported me over these last 48 hours, Townsend told the Ashe crowd. It's bigger than me. It's about the message. It's about the representation. It's about being bold and being able to show up as yourself, and I did that tonight. You guys saw the real Taylor Townsend tonight. Coco Gauff and Naomi Osaka were among those who publicly came to Townsend's defense over the past 2 days, with Osaka calling Ostapenko's alleged comment one of the worst things you can say to a black tennis player in a majority-white sport. After Friday's triumph, Townsend said handling the fallout was easier than some might think. It hasn't been hard at all, she said. I said to my team, I'm made for this type of stuff. It wasn't hard because I stood in my truth. I didn't have to defend anything that I said. What I said, and I meant. When it's time to do the job, it's time to do the job. And that's what I think is a testament to being professional, being able to block out what's on the outside, and when you step in the lines, you handle business. The Ostapenko controversy also tapped into a deeper history. In 2012, the USTA asked Townsend, then the world's top junior, to sit out the U.S. Open girls event and denied her wild cards into the main draw or qualifying because of concerns over her fitness. The move, condemned by Serena Williams, Martina Navratilova, and Lindsay Davenport, forced her mother to pay her way and ultimately led Townsend to leave the federation's program to work with Zina Garrison. That the same player once deemed not ready for Ashe could return years later to topple one of the sport's prodigies on the biggest stage spoke to the depth of her resilience. Already a Wimbledon and Australian Open doubles champion alongside Katerina Siniakova, Townsend proved on Friday she still has the power to make her mark in singles. Afterwards, Townsend said the night felt worlds away from her breakthrough win over Halep 6 years earlier on the same stage. In 2019, I felt like I was climbing and trying to get over the hump. It helped validate me as a player, she said. This time it just feels completely different. I wasn't searching for anything. I wasn't looking, trying to find answers. I had all the answers in here. For Andreeva, an 18-year-old who's been tabbed for years as a future slam winner, the defeat brought an end to a season of consistency at the biggest tournaments, where she had reached the second week at each of the first 3 majors of the year, including quarterfinals at Roland Garros and Wimbledon. The Russian, who claimed WTA 1000 titles at Dubai and Indian Wells earlier in 2025, was simply outplayed in the end as Townsend's fed off the Ashe crowd and her confidence mounted. Townsend will face the unseeded Czech Barbara Krejcikova, who upset 10th seed Emma Navarro in 3 sets earlier Friday for a place in the quarterfinals. For a longtime fan favorite whose Instagram following has roughly doubled over the past week, it will offer her widest audience yet. This is some people's first time finding out who Taylor Townsend is, she said. People being able to see me now, but then being able to go back and follow my journey and figure out how I got here. I think that's super cool. I'm just truly showing up as myself, and I think people see that, and I think it's cool they like what I see. I think I'm pretty cool. I think I'm funny. I think that's all that matters. Not long after Townsend completed her match, 4th seed Taylor Fritz ground out a 7-6-3, 6-7-11, 6-4, 6-4 victory over Swiss qualifier Jerome Kim on Armstrong, salvaging what had been a brutal day for the American men. Earlier, 6-seed Ben Shelton and 17-seed Francis Tiafoe were both eliminated within an hour of each other, leaving Fritz and Tommy Paul as the only U.S. men left standing in singles. Paul, the number 14 seed, will face Kazakhstan's 23rd seed Alexander Bublik on Saturday on Ash.